It's such a conundrum. But you're the best and you can do whatever. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Comfort. Welcome back. Thank you so much for being with me today. If you're new here, welcome to our family. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. And if you've been here, thank you so much for coming back. I really do appreciate you. And today's video, like you can see, is gonna be a mukbang video. We are gonna be eating and talking about the challenge. I don't know if you guys watched the challenge on MTV. MTV's The Challenge Double Agents. They just wrapped the final episode, so I'm gonna talk about that, give my thoughts on that. That's my favorite reality show. That is like the only reality show that I'm consistent on, besides Vanderpump Rules, but they've ruined that for me, so who knows what's gonna happen with that in the future. I think I'm definitely probably the only black person who's sad about Vanderpump Rules and their plight. But yeah, so we're gonna talk about the challenge. I'm gonna talk about my excitement, expectations for the Oscars. I actually have that on. So I'm looking at the E's brunch at the Oscars right now. But first I need to eat. Well, today I'm eating, as y'all know, I'm on the keto diet. Well, I'm carb cycling. So today, right now I'm having catfish pepper soup. It's delicious. And this catfish was huge. I have like 2.5 catfish in there. I love catfish. So first let me take a bite of this food. It's delicious. Yeah. Yeah, it's making sense. So good. So, oh, I need something to drink. I was gonna have cold water. So Challenge MTV just wrapped. Now, if you don't know what the Challenge MTV is, so basically, The Real World is a show on MTV. And Road Rules used to be a show on MTV, where it's basically a reality show where they put, well, Real World is a reality show where they put 7 people in a house and they have their lives taped to find out what it's like to stop being polite and start getting real. That's like their tagline in the intro. So, then there was Road Rules. Road Rules is basically where they're taking like a, what is it called? It's not a tour bus, like a, oh my God, what is it called? Anyway, it's like a tour bus. I can't remember the name now, but it's what people take to go like camping and stuff, or to go take a road trip, like as family or whatever. So they put like, I think it was still 7 people that they put on there. And so on Road Rules, they would kind of do challenges and like dangerous nature stuff. So they joined them together, and some people from Road Rules and some people from Real World would come together, compete for some prize money. Now, back in the day, it used to be like $10,000, but now it's $1 million that they're competing for. It's been on for like 30-something seasons. I think this is like the 32nd season or something. And I love it. I've watched all of them. So I'm just gonna name y'all my favorites because I can't really recall all who's on it. But my favorite people, or the people that stood out to me, CT is an OG. I've always rooted for CT because I just felt like, at first, you know, I didn't really care for CT on his season of The Real World, but when he was on the challenge, he got attacked so much, and I was just like, I like CT. And he's very easy on the eyes. Well, let me name the black people first, because this season we've had the most black people. There's not usually a lot of black people. They usually have like 1 or 2, maybe 3. Coral used to be my favorite back in the day. So, but on this past one, they had Leroy, they have Cam, they had Anissa, they had Big T, Corey, Darrell, Nelson. It's a lot, right? A lot of black people. I'm happy. I'm proud of us. I'm proud. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So that's like 8 black people, right, on this season. So now the other standouts. Now usually Johnny Bananas is like a standout of the show. He's won the most. He won 6 with his last season. He won, and so Johnny's usually on there, but he wasn't on this one. I feel like maybe he took a break to give somebody else a chance to win, or I thought maybe he took a break so he can be on the Challenge All Stars, because the Challenge All Stars is happening also. So good. Which part of the fish do y'all like? I like the tail. I mean, honestly, I like every part of the fish. I eat the head and the eyeball. Okay, so so that's what my son does. So the other standouts are CT that were on this one was CT, Fessy. Fessy's new, but he's pretty good. He's like a, I can't remember if he got kicked out of the NFL because he got injured, or if he didn't make it, or if he got injured right before he was supposed to go to the NFL, something like that. But he's kind of a disgruntled athlete, professional athlete. So there's Fessy. Let me give some context. So this, the last few seasons of the challenge, they've had people from other shows, from like Big Brother, from Are You the One, from Survivor, a bunch of other shows that don't matter because they're not real world, but whatever. We welcome you guys. Fessy's from there. Casey, I mean, I don't really care for Casey. I mean, Casey seems cool. I just don't really trust her. She just seems, you know, but whatever. She's from Big Brother. Fessy's from Big Brother. Nani is, you know, an OG from the challenge. Ooh, we're gonna get into Nani. I'm actually really proud of Nani this season. I usually do not see it for Nani because I do not like the way she plays the game, but I'm happy with her this season. I'm proud of her. Teresa came back for a little stint. Ramadan. Who else? I mean, I think that's it, right? There's some new people. Kyle's not new, but another standout. I think that's it. So basically, so you got through the final. If you've been watching, I really wanted to give like a play-by-play review of every episode, but I got so busy and, you know, I have a lot going on, so I didn't get a chance to do that. But I do have a podcast called The Really Uncomfortable Podcast. Plug. Make sure you listen to it wherever you get podcasts. And I will be giving a play-by-play of the challenge All Stars, because that is actually streaming on Paramount Plus. And it's like, how many people are gonna get Paramount Plus? Your girl did. So you don't have to worry about getting it, because I'll be giving you the play-by-play on the Really Uncomfortable Podcast coming up very, very shortly, like this week. So look out for that. So for the final challenge, the people that made it to the final after all of the fighting and all of this stuff, basically the double agents is where you're paired with a partner for the game. You end up having to go into the pit, which is basically where they fight it out to see who's the winner. It's either, if it's a guy's day or if it's a girl's day, whoever loses from that's a guy or that's a girl will get sent home, right? Now the last 2 seasons, TJ, who's the host, TJ Lavin, he's also an OG. He's been a host for. So the people that finally made it to the final challenge were Fessy, who ended up being partnered with Casey. He stole her from Leroy. So Leroy and Casey had been killing it all season, basically. And Leroy had said that this is going to be his last season. He'd been doing it for 10 years, 10 seasons, had not won, barely got to a final. It's because he kind of plays safe. He usually would kind of play behind or play Banana's game, Johnny Banana's game. And so, yeah. So this season, him and his girlfriend Cam, remember I told you about Cam, who's the other black girl on the show? They're a really cute couple. Shout out to them. They just moved to Houston too. Hey, my hometown. So they came in and like, okay, we got to make sure he wins. He gets to the final because this is his last season. So he had been killing it all season long. Him and Casey were partnered up. They won like a majority of the challenge. I think like 3 or 4 times. They ended up being the double agents, which is basically the people that decide who goes in against one of the losers that the house votes in. So they had a lot of power in the house, which was great. And then at the very last minute, Fessy. Now let me give my thoughts on Fessy. Now, for a while, you know, Fessy's been pitching this story. If you guys have been watching, Fessy's been pitching this story that, oh, woe is me. I'm not really arrogant. I'm just shy. But everyone thinks I'm arrogant. Blah, blah, blah. I hope you guys can hear me. My dishwasher's going. But he's been pitching the story that, oh, he's so shy and that's the reason he doesn't talk and blah, 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 blah. But as soon as he got there, him, Nelson, and Corey were a group of friends, right? Close friends. Nelson last season sacrificed himself for Corey, who's like his best friend. It was between him and Corey to go into like the final elimination challenge. And Nelson volunteered himself over Corey because Corey has a daughter, and he was like, I want him to have his best chance of getting to the final, right? So he sacrificed himself to do the hall brawl, which, if you know what that is absolutely brutal, especially when guys do it. So Nelson lost, unfortunately, got sent home. Then this season, at the very beginning, before they even really know what's going on with the game, the last 2 seasons, you have to go into an elimination in order to get a gold skull, which is how you be qualified to run the final. And the final is what you have to win in order to get the $1 million prize, right? So this is a group of friends, by the way. So Fessy somehow snakes his way, talks to the people who are the double agent, and was like, if it's hall brawl, I want to go in. And he knew it was going to be Nelson, and Nelson was the one that the house voted in. So they voted Nelson in, and then Fessy went down there to do hall brawl. Now, for context, if you don't know what these people look like, which you probably do if you even care about this conversation, Nelson looks like he's all of like 5'6", 5'7". Fessy is 6 foot something. I want to say he's probably like 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", right? But former football player. Nelson is athletic. He's like built, he's cut, he's really, really good at the game physically. So it's not like, you know, he's a simp, but like, you going up against each other doesn't even make any sense. And why? It's the beginning. Why would you go up against your friend? So Fessy went down there, blindsided Nelson, didn't tell him, didn't tell Corey, didn't tell anybody, went down there, went against Nelson, and then traumatized Nelson all over again. If you know how brutal hall brawl is, like, was playing dirty and beat Nelson, and then tried to give him a hug after Nelson was like, I'm good on you. So he did all of that. Then he got stuck with Anissa. Anissa chose him as her partner. And Anissa's OG in the challenge also. She wins majority of her eliminations, but for whatever reason, everyone thinks she's such a layup. So because they think she's such a layup and say all that shit behind her back and to her face, nobody wanted to be partnered with her because they felt like she wouldn't be able to make it through a final. So Fessy was also one of those people with his new self that didn't even win last season or didn't win any season. So I don't know why he thinks that he can be so judgy, but whatever. I mean, it's also a little bit of Anissa's fault. Like, so they have different challenges before they get to the final challenge, right? To decide who goes into elimination and all of that stuff. Some things Anissa would just give up, or some things that had to do with endurance, she just wouldn't, you know, she'd be like, I'm not going to kill myself. This is not the final. So it's like, girl, I mean, you're not inspiring a lot of hope. So Anissa chose him. So he kept getting stuck with partners that weren't really athletic or weren't really like able for him to show his full potential. Let him tell it, right? So he snaked Nelson. Corey was pissed about it, but somehow I guess they got over it. And then he was stuck with Anissa, all that, right? So then it got down to the wire where it was like Fessy, Leroy, and CT and Kyle left, right? But when you're a rogue agent, you can't participate in anything, including eliminations. So at this point, everybody has their gold skull. Everybody's qualified to run a final. At this point, you're competing to steal someone else's gold skull. Nobody wants to go in. At first, people wanted to go in. People were begging people to vote them in. Now, nobody wants to go in, right? So it's down to Fessy and Kyle. So Kyle goes, and Fessy and Fessy was in a Big Brother alliance with this girl named Amber B. She's a newbie, but she's from Big Brother. Casey from Big Brother. Fessy's from Big Brother. So they had an alliance, and they were kind of running stuff in the house. Them and Cam, Leroy, and Nani and their alliance too. So basically, it was down to Leroy and Fessy. Fessy is like Casey's alliance because they're both Big Brother. That's her friend, right? But Leroy was Casey's partner. So Leroy was like, please do not vote me in. You know, I want to make it to a final. It's my last season, blah, blah, blah. We've been riding this out. We've been winning together. I've been helping you and you've been helping me win. Let's do this, right? Casey was conflicted. But so she talked Fessy, which I mean, I can understand, that's her friend and that's her partner, but whatever. So she talked Fessy into like, why don't you just throw yourself in? You're going to win up against either one of them, up against Kyle. No. Fessy was the house vote. Kyle ended up being thrown in by the double agents, which was Corey and Cam. But Casey basically talked Fessy into throwing himself in. Or basically, Casey talked Fessy into throwing himself in, And once you get thrown in and you win an elimination, you get to choose your partner. You can stay with the partner that you have, or you can steal someone else's partner. So she's like, just go down there, beat Kyle, and then you can pick me, and we're gonna win this thing. We're gonna be the team to beat. We're gonna win it. We're gonna run this whole thing. I got it. It's done. It's a wrap. We've already won, right? So Fessy goes down there, beats Kyle, breaks his finger. Like literally, the finger is bending like this. So beats Kyle, and then steals Casey from Leroy, who's pissed because it's like, you've been using me to get ahead this whole time, knowing that you weren't gonna stay with me, that you always had plans to end up with Fessy. So they choose each other, right? Fessy chooses Casey. Now it's time for, so now in the final, Cece got stuck with Amber B because Fessy had Amber B as a partner. Well, Amber B chose Fessy after she won an elimination. So now Amber B was by herself, and she chose, and her and CT were together. Leroy ended up with Nani, who they're like best friends. And they were on their Real World season together. They've known each other forever, so that was fine. But Nani kind of chokes under pressure. So I'm sure that wasn't ideal for him, but whatever. And then Corey and Cam. So we get to the final. Now, if you don't know, the final consists of like running, long distance running, eating disgusting stuff, and puzzles, basically. So they're in the beginning of the final. They gotta jog. They have to like look at something, memorize it, and then jog to go get something to bring it back. Basically, right? But they're running up like mountains during a hurricane or tornado, whatever it is. By the way, TJ is so evil. The way he be doing these people is ridiculous. But anyway, so they're running. Everybody's running. Fessy is speeding past everybody. Previously Fessy had talked so much mess, like he's better than CT. And CT is like the one to beat always, right? But now CT's kind of, been getting his dad bod, and he's not like the built, ripped, cut CT ever since, he's like had kids or whatever. Had a kid and all that. Fessy was talking mess that I can beat CT. CT ain't who he was anymore. It's a new day, blah, 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 right? So then, Casey supposed to dominate, right? So they go. Fessy's pushing Casey. Casey is not running. Casey cannot run. Casey is last out of all the girls, right? Out of Amber B, Nani, Cam, Casey is last. Fessy's getting frustrated. Come on, Casey, you can do it. He's pushing her. Casey falls, trips on this rock going up and down this mountain. Destroyed, I think dislocates her leg or something, or her knee. And is crying. It's a mess. And Fessy doesn't give a damn. Fessy is pissed off like, what the hell? I chose you. You chose me to choose you for this final. And now look what you're doing to me. Casey is upset, frustrated. But then it's like, girl, see, that's why you can't be talking mess, because that's what happens. So the next part is they have to eat something. Fessy cannot eat stuff. So they get there, they have to eat. Granted, the stuff they have to eat is absolutely disgusting. I always said I wanted to be on the challenge, but the one way they would get me is I can't eat that stuff. I don't know. I don't know. They had to drink like blood. They had to eat bull testicles and just disgusting stuff, like raw, not cooked. Disgusting. So everybody's eating, everybody's trying to get, Fessy is not eating. He's like, I'm trying to think, if I eat this and then we're still gonna lose because my partner's leg is done, or and then I'm gonna be mad because I ate this stuff, or I just don't eat and then we'll be done right here. It's such a conundrum. But you're the best and you can do whatever. He was talking mess about CT, who's wiping you out, who's destroying you. Like, okay. So basically he punked out, couldn't do it, couldn't eat. Casey's frustrated because even with her broken leg, they wrapped it for her. I don't know how they let her do that, because usually they just make you go home. They wrapped the leg for her, and she was over there limping, couldn't even walk straight, trying to eat. Fessy didn't do it, so Fessy's trash. Sorry, guy. You can't be talking all that mess and then you don't want to finish it out, whatever. But so they go through the final, And Amber B, the one that everyone was like, no, I don't want her, I don't want her, I don't want her. CT got stuck with her. And guess who won the final? A rookie Amber B and old man CT. Dad bod CT won the final. Now granted, I'm sad because I really did want either Cam or Leroy to win. But I'm proud of Nani. Because Nani usually relies on her partner, relies on some man there to get her there. And if that person's gone, she's like, girl, play your own game. And look, she played her own game. She won her elimination. She got her gold skull. Made it to the final. You didn't win. You win no money. But you made it. You know what I mean? You need nobody. So I'm proud of her. This season, I was actually proud of Nani. Yes, ma'am, that is how you do it. Congratulations to CT. I'm really happy for him. I know he's going through some stuff personally, he mentioned. So I'm happy he got that win, you know. And shout out to Cam and Leroy. They're starting a beautiful life together. Like Leroy said, just because he didn't win this $1 million don't mean he won't make $1 million later, which is a big fact. So yeah, that's basically what happened on the final season. I was happy. I was sad that, you know, the black people didn't win. But no, Amber B's black, so she won. I just don't know her like that. But congrats, girl. Shout out to you being a rookie and winning the final. And she swept it. Like, oh my God. She was amazing. But yeah. And so for the Oscars, I'm just gonna give my because I kind of gotta run real quick. But I really hope Daniel Kaluuya or Lakeith Stanfield, I like him too, but I prefer Daniel Kaluuya to win for Best Supporting Actor.
And the Oscar goes to Daniel Kaluuya, Judas and the Black Messiah.
Man, thank you, God. Thank you, God. I can't be here without your guidance and your protection. I'd like to thank my mum. Thank you so much for pouring into me. You gave me everything. You gave me your factory settings so I can stand at my fullest height. Love to my sister, love to my niece, my friends, my family, and to Chairman Fred Hampton. Bro, man, what a man. What a man. How blessed we are that we lived in a lifetime where he existed. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, thank you for your light. He was on this earth for 21 years. 21 years, and he found a way to feed kids, breakfast, educate kids, give free medical care against all the odds. He showed me, he taught me. Him, Huey P. Newton, Bobby Seale, the Black Panther Party, they showed me how to love myself. And I'm gonna get back to work Tuesday morning, because tonight I'm going up. We're going up, you know what I mean?
And then of course Chadwick Boseman for Best Actor, and he deservedly so, not just because, you know, he's no longer with us. And I'm trying to think, what women are nominated? I've been kind of out of the loop of movies. I really wish that they would have nominated Regina King, which is ridiculous. They nominated her movie, but not her. Hello. Like, but shout out to everybody. I'll give my thoughts in another video, Oscar review. But yeah, that is it. Let me finish this real quick. So good. It's so good. I feel like most people like goat meat pepper soup better. I love catfish pepper soup. If I could eat this every week, I would. Love catfish generally. Hey guys, that's the end of this video. But don't forget to subscribe for more insightful content like this. But seriously, I'm gonna be doing more mukbangs, more cooking videos. I love paying homage to all things Nigerian, to our people, and to really cool topics that I like to talk about and flesh out. Make sure you listen to the Really Uncomfortable podcast on any platform that you listen to podcasts. And go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share this video. And I really do appreciate you for watching. See you next time. Bye.